Hello there and welcome to FDW Season 3.
FDW, what is up?
I'll tell you what's up, Jose. We are at Survivor Series. It's been a long time coming and it's going to be a hell of a show.
I'm surprised I've survived the hype. And speaking of hype,
We're kicking things off with Logan Paul's open challenge and he's not even letting him get up to the ring first.
yeah, I think the open challenge has been answered. Jesus.
It's Big Papa Pump!
Big Papa Pump, I'm speechless. Without words. Big Papa Pump, yeah.
Taking umbrage with Logan Paul.
Yeah, I mean, he's been fighting the women lately, so who better to put him back onto men than the manliest man himself, the genetic freak, Big Papa Pump.
And there we go. He's stepping up to bat for the hybrid championship tonight, Big Papa Pump. And it's always nice to see him.
Yeah, he's been in and out of the limelight this season. He's fought for the world title.
Yep, early on this season, coming up short, making a hell of a debut for the Purple Brand. Spit some spurts of him since then, but clearly taking umbrage with the fact that Logan Paul is just beating up women left, right and centre. He's up for putting him in his place.
Yes. Now, I'm not defending Paul's actions against Zelina Vega from a few weeks ago, but I will just say that Logan Paul issued an open challenge, and it was the women that answered. So,
yeah, but they weren't expecting such underhanded tactics. We've not seen it from him all season. He won that feud against Kevin Owens fair and square. He dethroned Carlito fair and square. And now he's having to resort to this to hold on to his gold? Nah.
Well, I feel like he didn't need the brass knucks against Zelina Vega, let's be fair.
It was a bit much.
He could have got it done elsewhere, but he has a hell of a task ahead of him here tonight.
Hitting women is fine, just not with brass knucks.
Hey, in the wrestling ring, in an equal opportunities intergender match, it's fine.
Clips that could be taken out of context.
Yeah, let's just settle down here. We are not condoning violence of any
No,
kind.
not at all. But this is the WWE. Anything can happen.
Exactly. It's all fake anyway.
It is, yeah. So let's see Logan Paul versus Scott Steiner, a match that no one thought they wanted. But now we're getting it. We all realised we wanted the hybrid championship. There it is.
Oh, that is a vision in purple.
Could Big Papa Pump become the fourth ever hybrid championship? The lineage of this title going back quite a way.
The likes of Bronson Reed, Carlito, and now Logan Paul. Actually, quite a under-traded around title. When you look at the tag titles and how much they've hot potatoed around, generally the hybrid title has been held onto by its champion for a fair amount of time.
Is that all going to change here this evening with it on the line?
It's a possibility. Logan Paul in his first real defense of the gold since winning it off of Carlito, I believe I'm right in saying.
Yeah, because we're looking for challenges. The girls have been stepping up because there were no opportunities for them really with Nia Jax's stranglehold. And now here we find ourselves with the knight in shining armour that is Scott Steiner, the Hall of Famer no less.
Now you mentioned Nia Jax's stranglehold. Could that be coming to an end later on tonight as she takes on Charlotte Flair?
Yep, and then there's that huge main event, lest we forget, Team Orton versus Team Rollins.
For an opportunity.
Oh! Papa Pump immediately!
Exploding off the start line, flying through the air, and knocking Paul flat on his back.
Locking in for 6.
And
he tunes it up and drops the elbow.
Pump is hungry. He looks like he breaks his leg every time he does that. Strong knee to the jaw.
Wants Paul to bring it.
He is pumped up tonight, as Big Papa Pump. Of course he is. Of course he's pumped up.
What kind of juice is he on?
Yeah, he's got a little valve, just puts a bike pump in.
Ooh, cheap shot there to Logan Paul, showing that he's not above a few underhanded tactics of his own. As he looks for
Yes.
an underhook DDT. Nope, just into a bit of a slam there.
And Logan Paul is in trouble here.
Again, tuning it up, dropping the elbow.
Oh, once again, big heavy elbow to the thorax of Logan Paul. Is Big Papa Pump going to finish this one quickly? Or is Logan Paul going to show some brilliance?
Stiff strike there, straight across the face of Scott Steiner.
I mean, if Logan Paul can get it done here tonight, I think that should go some way to silencing his critics, his naysayers. Oh, he is a huge German.
He shut a lot of people up when he dethroned Carlito. Carlito was a fantastic world champion. Hybrid champion, sorry. Paul there showing his athleticism.
He not only beat him for the hybrid title, let's not forget he beat him 3 times in a row, I believe.
Yeah, pinfall, and then a pinfall, and he just got it done.
Well and truly earned that title. And he's taking it to Big Papa Pump now. Seems to have weathered the initial storm.
Up to the top rope we go once again. Is he thinking about a potential crossbody here? Maybe a frog splash? Don't know. Or just a blockbuster off the top rope. Cover now.
Straight for the cover, smart. Just a 1.
And at this point I'd like to say, well done Doug. He's got himself a big 4 referee spot.
Yes,
It's always nice to see our boy out there. Oh.
Crossbody from Paul. Yeah, he's been fighting to get onto the
pay-per-view cards.
Scene, and
yep.
We've been a bit anxious because usually the pay-per-view is followed by quite a heavy party when Doug's involved.
The stash is under lock and key until it's all over.
Oh. Paul, the
flying forearm there.
Logan Paul actually looking pretty impressive here, taking it to Big Papa Pump.
First DDT as Logan Paul thinks about maybe that buckshot lariat. He's just egging him on for it. There it is, connect.
Oh.
Not very often you see Scott Steiner turned inside out like that. Count of 2.
It's a count of 2.
And Logan Paul retains.
Logan Paul knocks off Scott Steiner, silencing the critics, I'd say, and the year of Paul continues.
The concrete Paul.
The concrete Paul, yeah.
Solid as a rock.
He is undeniably the hybrid champion right now.
Still standing tall. What an opener.
Yeah, I don't think it was an average match. I thought it was quite entertaining for us.
Very enjoyable. Fair play to Scott Steiner.
Yep, stepping up, looking to put Paul in his place, but Paul saying, no, my place is with the championship.
But more championship action now. Charlotte Flair, Nia Jax.
Is this the moment Nia Jax has been dreading? Someone to take the title from her? Or is Charlotte Flair going to be yet another speed bump on Nia Jax's journey?
Well, last time out it was the go home show. We saw Charlotte Flair in action against Sonya Deville with Nia Jax's watchful eye at ringside, so perhaps Jax was making lots of mental notes about Flair's game plan.
Yep, definitely possible. Nia Jax is a bit more thoughtful than just Bronson in a wig.
She is cerebral, I'll give her that, but Charlotte Flair, given her track record, she keeps a lot to herself and will break things out when she feels it necessary.
It's going to be a very interesting affair here. Some different styles, definitely some different gameplay, some different plans.
But is Charlotte Flair's overconfidence going to be her weakness here? She's walked in, demanded a championship match, been granted it. Does she know what she's walking into? Has she been watching FDW this season? We don't know.
No, exactly. And we've seen that kind of hubris get the better of people. I mean, just look at Jade Cargill. She is having possibly the worst start to FDW that she could have hoped for.
Oh, she's having a Western. An absolute super mare.
I wonder where you go with it. I was like, Cowboys?
Nope. Western Supermare. That's where we're going with.
Yeah. I should have got it, really, but... As
Flair beckons over Doug.
Doug getting yet another
Steady, Doug.
coat.
Steady, Doug. I'll be
If you're a
taking
local,
this. I'll be selling
if
this.
you're a local pawn shop in the area, please don't take a coat off of Doug.
Yeah, a lot of shiny coats on eBay recently. Doug's stash looking
Charlotte,
pretty full.
Charlotte's having to buy a new one every night.
Just who's moved my coat? I don't know. Who was the last person that saw it? Doug? I've been in the ring with you. What do you mean? I haven't moved it.
He's just wearing it underneath his ref's t-shirt. It's like, no, this is how I always look.
There's just a translucent child at a ringside wearing it.
Yes, yeah, quickly sold it. Oh,
But
but
this
here
is
she
quite the
is.
dominant entrance now, just strutting down.
Yeah, with all the lights, it looks like she was strutting out of infinity. It really did.
As she struts out of the time vortex, clutching her prize, the
And she
FDW
has
Women's
been
Championship.
she's been holding onto that belt so tightly. I'm pretty sure there's finger marks in the leather.
Oh, she protects it like a newborn baby. She's motherly with that championship. Not letting it out of her sight, not letting anyone get their hands on it.
Tucks it in at night.
Yep, reads it a bedtime story, you know.
And then I stomp them all. Good
Yep.
night.
Sits down to watch CBBS and then, you know, beats
And that's
people
what's-
up.
Now, this is a complete unknown for Nia Jax. She has never fought Charlotte Flair and vice versa. I say never. FDW never. But
Yeah, the stuff outside of FDW doesn't count, unless you're Randy Orton, that is, because everyone loves Randy Orton.
Randy's been around too long and done too much.
Yeah, you can't not.
Yeah. So, I have to ask, who's your money on?
Based on track record alone and what we know of her, I'm going Nia Jax.
That's
You'd be
interesting.
foolish
See,
to bet against her this season.
You would, but I'm going to go for Charlotte Flair.
You're going to be foolish, aren't you?
I'm going to be foolish. One of us has got to be, and I'm going Flair. I think it might be a Cody Rhodes situation, you know. She appears. Nia hasn't had a lot of time to prepare. We don't know.
She's not Joe Hendry.
No, but I'm
She
saying
appears.
we don't know how much Charlotte Flair has been watching. Never mind. I was going to say we don't know how much Charlotte Flair has been watching of Nia Jax, but considering that's Nia Jax's common opening,
She watched that boot right into her.
Yeah, yeah. We've seen Nia start that way so many times, and often her opponents don't recover.
It's a big opening. She doesn't even need to use bide. She's already been biding enough.
Yeah.
But does Charlotte Flair have the wrestling acumen to be able to weather the storm?
Charlotte Flair kicking Nia Jax off, and now maybe wise to keep her on the ground, keep working on those joint manipulation, try and wear Nia Jax out.
I don't even know if it's a war of attrition at this point. Like, Charlotte Flair must have a strategy here. She must have seen something that the rest of us have not if she feels she can step up to Nia Jax and try to take the FDW Women's Championship.
Charlotte Flair knows a lot about submission wrestling, so maybe that's her tactic, to wear the power out of Nia Jax.
I mean, fair play if you can get Nia Jax to submit, of all things.
That would be impressive. But Nia Jax wasting
Just like
no
this,
time
with a
at all.
deadlift powerbomb. We'll take the wind right out of you.
Oh, just screaming at Charlotte Flair, this is my division.
With it, full Agent Smith, you're in my world, my world. Why, Mr. Anderson? Why do you persist?
Mr. Anderson. Oh,
Mrs.
I thought they
Flair.
were trading. Thought they were going to trade blows, but Nia having none of it.
Trading
Tackling
pinfalls.
Flair down, Flair back up. Nia catches the punch as she so often does.
She sees it coming. Sidewalk slam.
Charlotte Flair looking in trouble. Nia Jax just looking insane.
Advantage Jax so far as Charlotte Flair is dazed and confused. Nia Jax gets her up for that delayed powerbomb, electric chair. Oh my god, surely not.
Oh, I thought she was going to go outside the ring with it there.
Still
Charlotte Flair
feeling Charlotte
kicks her way
Flair
back
out a
out
little
of it.
bit. Doesn't want to hit her with the absolutely mega moves just yet.
Yeah, didn't want to have to go out the ring and pick her back up, basically.
Well, she's got the champion's advantage as well, doesn't she, Nia Jax?
Oh, the chops. The chops have rocked Nia Jax to the corner as Charlotte Flair begins to build up a head of steam. And yes, you're right. The
And there's a big
is
boot.
In place. I think that's the first time I've seen Nia Jax knocked down in a long time.
Close to the ropes. Only a 1 count on Nia Jax.
Could this be the turning point? Charlotte Flair
Patented Flair chops. Thinks about natural selection. It connects. Could this be? She's got to capitalise. She's quick. She's in.
1.
Count of 2.
2. Surely.
Jax kicks out.
Jax with a kick. Now, I can't get too excited. We've seen this in the past. Let's just think back to Tegan Knox versus Nia Jax.
Let's not go too early. I've had my hopes crushed after Wendy Chu. Oh my god, a Thez press.
Nia Jax is a sponge, a glutton for punishment, and deals it out twice as hard.
Cover now from Jax. Only a 1 count.
Charlotte Flair not done.
Doug counting fair and square here. Fair play to the ref.
Absolutely, you can see why he's been brought up to the big leagues.
Once again up for the powerbomb position and just slams her down.
Tried to bury her through the ring.
Just nonchalant.
And, waiting for her to get back up. Nia Jax looking to deal out more punishment. Charlotte Flair fighting out. Charlotte Flair has a fight on her hand here.
She does. Oh! Deep 6 there from Charlotte Flair as it connects. Count of 2. Still Jax kicks out. Flair's got to dig deep.
Maintain, keep that aggression in check. She doesn't want to get too stressed. And the mistakes start coming, and you cannot make a mistake in front of Nia Jax.
Whipped off the ropes. Back elbow there. Straight to the face of Nia Jax. Keep on the assault.
Weakening those legs, taking out the power.
Just damaging the body all over the place as Doug gets in the wrong part of town there.
Charlotte Flair now. It's looking promising.
Catches Flair off guard. Jax back in control on the back of the neck like a misbehaving kitty cat.
Flair fighting free once again.
Much more back and forth affair than many were expecting, but fair play to Flair. Suplex into a kip up. That's athleticism.
Nia Jax is impressive.
Off the second rope. Flying forearm.
Looking for a cover, perhaps smart, moving her away from the ropes. And,
it's locked in.
For it.
It's the figure 4.
Figure 4.
She sees her opportunity. Will this be it? Is she going to be able to bridge? Will she be able to get it in? There it is, the figure 8. And still Nia Jax with those tree trunk legs just powering out.
That's got to put so much strain on Charlotte Flair's legs.
Quickness there from Nia Jax. Flair into the fireman's carry. Sit out slam there. Could it be?
Could this be it? Charlotte
Is she worn down enough?
Everything. No.
The crowd coming glued as Nia Jax with a knee to the back of the back now from Charlotte Flair on the second rope. Again, another flying forearm from the Queen.
Trying to keep Nia Jax off her feet, but Nia Jax back to her feet. This is a fight.
Jax is having to dig deep now as she gets her up. Is this going to be that delayed powerbomb with whom she's beaten so many?
Could this be it?
There's the 1. There's the 2. And Charlotte kicks out.
I think she may be the first person to kick out of that.
The crowd come unglued. Nia Jax wrapping her up in the ropes, wrenching away at the arms, trying to remove the Flair chops.
The frustration beginning to show on Nia Jax's face.
Into the fireman's carry, Samoan drop.
And that is going to hurt.
Charlotte Flair kicks out. Where is this coming from? Once again, Nia Jax gets her up and Flair rolls through.
Flair with the reversal, picking her up. Huge
backbreaker across the knee. Charlotte Flair now with a crossface. It's locked in.
Deep.
What's this going to be?
Surely Nia won't tap. Nia able to slip free.
Once again we go. Nia Jax has got her into the fireman's carry, into the gorilla press as
Gorilla
Flair
press.
fights
Flair
out.
fights out.
What is this?
Back and
Punch to the
forth.
back.
Back and forth we go.
Spear
Spear
from Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte hitting the spear and in for the count. Is this
Count
enough?
of one,
Is it
count of
enough?
two, and the
She does it.
new FDW Women's Champion.
The mountain has been toppled.
I am absolutely speechless. Congratulations to Charlotte Flair.
What a match that was.
The most back and forth we've seen all season from the women's division as the landscape changes.
And yeah, Charlotte Flair has dethroned the dethronable.
She's done the unthinkable. She has become physics.
Yep. What a match.
What a match. Absolutely fantastic that was. Hugely enjoyable.
Oh. And from one hugely enjoyable thing to what I'm expecting to be another.
Yep.
The main event.
And what better way to start things off for the main event than the leader of Team RKO leading from the front. The FDW World Champion.
And that's what it's all about. This is an opportunity. Can
old golden brown.
Yep. Can the Powers of Pain earn their leader a championship match at Super Showdown?
This is also retaliation for Team RKO. Randy not too happy with them running roughshod all over the brand, really. So fair play to Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy Orton didn't appreciate the attack. He's much more of a I'll fight you face-to-face kind of guy, so...
Not above underhanded tactics. You know, we've seen his punt kicks to Cody Rhodes, having him reclaim the championship.
But
so let's not discount that Randy knows how to get dirty when he needs to.
To be fair, when you talk about Randy Orton, his style is just his style. It's clean, It's dirty, it's everything in between. You watch him punt someone, you're like, yeah, it's just Randy.
Yeah, that's what he does. He will kick you in the head and give you brain damage.
Yeah.
Oh, Randy, what you like, eh?
You little scamp, get out of here.
Get out of here. I'm just like, you've just RKO'd me and broke me neck. What you like.
Yeah, here's a lolly.
Stepping up to join Randy, Pete Dunne, who has been impressive. We saw him in action a couple of episodes ago against Seth Rollins, and he's stepping out on his own.
I mean, he put up a hell of a fight against Seth Rollins to the point that I thought he might take the win, but the numbers game did catch up to him in the end, with a little bit of interference from Seth's lackeys.
Yeah. Well, the numbers game should be even here this evening, but the two teams in terms of dynamics are incredibly different.
That's true, but on that point, the numbers game only remains even until the first pinfall.
Yes, as this is a traditional 4-on-4 Survivor Series match. Elimination style.
Yep. 2 people will start in the ring, the rest will start as tag partners. If you are pinned, you are eliminated and out of the match. So we could see 3-on-2, 4-on-1. Like, the possibilities are endless.
God knows what's going to happen here.
There have been some great Survivor Series matches in the past. It was always a favourite of mine.
And it could become again once again as Dominic Mysterio now steps up to join Team Orton.
Perhaps the least experienced out of Team Orton hasn't actually been in action since earning his spot, but that's a good thing. It means that hopefully Team Powers of Pain don't know what to expect from the young man.
Well, both teams have their wild card. I would say Orton's is Dominic Mysterio. You could argue that it's Bronson Reed, but
Bronson's
you sort of know
wild.
what to expect with Bronson by now. But
yeah,
Dominic, like we said, he's been recruited and he's just been quietly waiting in the background. And with Team Rollins, their wild card, the newest recruit, Josh Briggs.
Yes, we've not seen much of Briggs since his arrival. Just the one match.
Oh, Josh Briggs. Oh no.
You're breaking
Screw
my
you.
balls, Josh Briggs.
Screw you, Josh Briggs. You're breaking my balls here, Briggs. You're breaking my balls.
Oh,
Speaking of breaking balls, from
big
Greg
Bronson.
Bronson Reed, the hardcore champion himself.
Here he is, strutting down to the ring. Now, he had quite the meeting with AOP on the Go Home show. Bit of miscommunication between him and Randy Orton cost them the match, but have they managed to repair it?
Don't know, but you got to think Seth Rollins will have formulated a game plan for that. They saw the miscommunication. Maybe they're going to capitalize on it here this evening. Dunn and Dominic seemed to be on the same page when they went against, well, when Dunn went against Seth Rollins, but again, just a numbers game on that occasion was their undoing. But this should be quite the war.
Indeed. Quite the war. And now that we've watched one team enter, we can watch the other enter together as a solid unit.
That we can. And they look confident.
I mean, wouldn't you be?
Yeah. Seth Rollins leading from the front, directing traffic, flanked by the tag champions, and his wild dog in Josh Briggs.
This is a
unit.
Going to be a match and a half. Undoubtedly they have a game plan. They've had some kind of prep backstage, and interesting to watch it unfold here tonight. I always ask it, who's your money on? As Seth and Randy are going to kick things off.
That they are. I'm leaning towards Team Rollins at this point, purely given their run of form.
I mean, it's a fair shout. The unpredictable nature of Randy's team is definitely going to come into play here.
Yeah, Pete Dunne's been impressive.
Oh, absolutely. He's been impressive all season. He has been... I think it's fair to say he was being dragged down by Tyler Bate, as much as it hurts me to say it.
Yeah. But he finds himself out of one tag team and into this tag match. And what a tag match, as Seth Rollins comes off the rope with a high knee straight to the face of Randy Orton, looking for
Could this be our first elimination?
World champion.
Now, this is going to be a long one, as there is a potential of 7 pinfalls that can occur.
That there is. So strap in, folks, as Randy Orton now takes charge and looks to Snake Eyes Rollins off the turnbuckle and looks to get a cheeky pin in here.
Zone.
From the count of 2.
Interesting that... Oh, then Seth gets the tag. I was about to say, interesting that Seth and Randy just happy to go at it.
Yeah. Spinebuster there from Razor.
Huge spinebuster by Razor there.
Now, an elimination of the team leader here for either team must be demoralising. Probably more so for Team RKO, because at least Rollins' crew knows the game plan.
Yes, they are very much unified in what they are doing here, whereas if Team RKO lose Randy Orton, what are they fighting for?
What are you fighting for? High knee there from Seth Rollins, and he's looking to connect. Strong strikes.
They are looking to get rid of Randy Orton here straight away, but Randy makes the tag to Dominic Mysterio. And now we're going to see what Dom can do.
Fair play to Seth Rollins leading from the front as he reverses on Rollins. Randy Orton laying motionless in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, Randy needed that tag bad, and he got it finally.
Off the second rope now comes Dom with a quick moonsault there to Seth Rollins.
Moonsault.
The Mysterio name living up to full force there as Seth Rollins gets it. Dominic into a gut check there, straight across the knee. Looking to get an elimination and get the numbers game on his side.
Just a 2 count here. Dominic Mysterio doesn't want to be the first out here.
Swift kicks there. And a super kick.
Bouncing Dom's brain around his skull.
I expect nothing less from Seth Rollins. We know he's capable of leading from the front. Neckbreaker there from Dominic Mysterio to Razor.
Speed of Mysterio showing there, but not the strength, sadly.
No, that's a lot of muscle to pick up.
As Razor just unloads on the young man.
Mysterio needs to use his quickness here, and he does so, reversing all the momentum as Razor just looks to get some hurting on Pete Dunne. Is this the game plan?
Perhaps frustrated by Dominic Mysterio.
Poor Pete Dunne's just there minding his own business. What did I do?
Yes, God, I'm so angry now.
Just like, fuck! Slam.
And AOP's tag team ways looking to shine through in this match as they begin
Stomps it down to the mat.
Isolating Dom Mysterio. Now, where's Pete Dunne going? Pete Dunne taking exception. It's all breaking down at the side of the ring.
It is here. Randy Orton looking to offer some support. Fair play, Orton. Realising he needs to be in the corner. Bronson Reed wants none of it. He at least realises the game plan here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, in the ring, Akam is taking it to Dominic Mysterio. Tag to Josh Briggs now.
It's wildcard versus wildcard as quick, swift knees to the midsection of Dominic Mysterio. Into an elevated knee drop there.
The isolation shining through here as they, the game plan, shining through as they continue to isolate Dom Mysterio, but Josh Briggs perhaps showing his inexperience.
Well, he's going to need to learn experience pretty quickly because he's in the ring against Randy Orton once again.
And still even here as Randy takes on Josh Briggs.
We were supposed to see this match when Josh Briggs was making his long-awaited debut after we signed him, but it looks like it was Seth that beat us to it. And Briggs is learning the hard way here. Call it, Jose.
And Vintage Orton. Yeah, that's a favourite of mine.
Loves a bit of Vintage Orton.
I do, as Josh Briggs laying flat in the ring. Randy Orton going to bring him back to his corner.
Tag to Dunne now.
Work we've seen.
Interesting that nobody's tagged in Bronson Reed yet.
I mean, smart. You wear the others down.
You don't unleash the beef.
You unleash the beef. A fresh Bronson Reed versus anyone is a problem.
But Josh Briggs looking to get a quick cheeky pin on Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne not having any of that. Kicks out at 1.
Big slam from Josh Briggs into the splash.
No fear from Josh Briggs as he does all of that right in the face of Bronson Reed.
Tag now to Razor.
Oh, but
fair play done.
Flying out of a clothesline.
Is that retaliation for all the tag losses he's had to take?
Yeah, quite possibly. If there's anyone with some pent-up aggression, it's Pete Dunne right now.
Joint manipulation from Dunne as he hits a big moonsault, connecting the knee right to the forehead there.
Taking Razor off his feet and now looking
locked in that armbar. It is locked in deep. Is he going to make Razor tap?
The ropes. Nobody is able to force his way out.
Razor, more the sneaky underhanded one of the group. We saw him ejected from ringside last week, or the week before, Rob.
The week before, after attacking Pete Dunne. What a powerbomb, but Seth quick to break it up.
Seth having none of it, didn't even want a chance potentially going one man down at this stage.
No. Losing a member of AOP at this stage would be a huge disadvantage for Seth. They are the best in these tag team situations.
But Pete Dunne sees it and wants to get the bitter end.
Beautifully done. It's the one, but Josh Briggs will break up. Pete Dunne still on the assault, wasting no time. He has been absolutely stunning since leaving Tyler Bate.
An absolute breakout. The boy from
Tag
Dudley.
Tag to Dom, and they're going to get a bit of a
big back body drop there.
Dominic Mysterio now.
Tag to Rollins. Did Dominic see it?
By Mysterio.
Mysterio sees that kick to the midsection coming. Makes Seth Rollins pay. Standing moonsault there from Mysterio.
Beautifully done.
Comes off the second rope. That's a bit too far away.
Doesn't catch that one.
Seth's going to make him pay for it.
Absolutely will.
Oh, Dominic though, fair play. Not very often you see someone reverse a pedigree mid-pedigree.
Beautifully done by Dominic Mysterio. Now Seth finds himself in a place he does not want to be, but able to fight his way through. Oh,
tag to Bronson Reed. Unleash the beef. You want to talk about beef? This goes back to WrestleMania 2 seasons ago. Bronson Reed wants it done early. Count of one to Seth Rollins.
And Bronson is in this match, and he is in with a passion.
Super kick from Bronson Reed. And you want to talk about a grudge. He's never forgiven Seth Rollins for wrenching the World Championship away from him. He's never quite got... He's not been the same since. We've seen him fall from grace this series.
As he bounced off the ropes, knocking Pete Dunne, Mysterio flying.
Tag to
Goes
Dunne.
for a tag.
Interesting. Team player.
Yeah.
He's not here for the result. He just wanted to beat the fuck out of Rollins.
Yeah. Well, perhaps after the mishap on the Go Home show, Randy Orton had a word. Maybe, look, if we work together, this won't happen again.
Yep, you get Rollins, we'll put it all to bed. Pete Dunne thinking about an enziguri. Rollins rolling through.
Roll through.
Doug's there.
Be it.
Count of two.
Just
I'm done. Looking to get the cover.
Cover now.
Count of two.
Well,
that was it. Rollins needs a tag. In comes Akam. The ferocious one. Proving his point there.
Done.
Ground and pound now on Pete Dunne.
Mercilessly beating Dunne.
Rollins needs to get himself back to the outside.
Akam, the most dangerous member of AOP, I would say.
Outside of Seth Rollins, of course, as Akam quick snap powerbomb there, as he now thinks about his own modified super collider, maybe.
Throwing him back into the corner. A tag was made?
I'm not sure. Don't think so. I didn't think it quite connected. The tag rope wasn't hold. I mean,
Seth probably waved it off, said, no, you got more to give.
Yep. Leading by example as ever. There's clearly a game plan here from the Powers of Pain. Just to unleash the pain on Pete Dunne.
And Pete Dunne in a world of hurt here. As finds himself.
Once again, Akam looks for a tag and Seth wants none of it.
Interesting. Perhaps Seth thinking Akam
that you are a tag team champion. You need to do this.
Yeah.
And there's the splash.
It's also perhaps giving Akam a chance, pick up the first pin for me.
As Bronson makes the save. Clearly Bronson's got a bit of beef with Akam after he ate the pinfall last week.
No love lost there.
No.
Absolutely not, as this match continues on.
Dunne now in control. Yet an elimination to be had.
It's going to be a fucking long one.
There may be a part 2, folks. Strap in.
It's done now.
Sit out there. Akam kicks out once again.
What is it going to take to put any of these men away?
No one wants to be the first card to fall in the proverbial deck of cards as Pete Dunne snaps it in. Bitter end on Akam. Hooks the leg.
Gonna be it.
Insult to injury right in the face. Count of 3.
And a
eliminates.
Miscommunication from Seth Rollins and Josh Briggs about who would break it up. And Team RKO go up in the numbers game.
Well, Rollins' tactic of sink or swim, at the minute, they're sinking.
Yep. Rollins in trouble now. 3 men to 4.
Tag to Orton.
And this is where it starts to make the difference.
Seth looking pretty confident still, though, on the outside as Randy
Oh.
Orton thinks about an RKO. Josh Briggs
Oh,
absolutely flattening the
turns Orton
FDW
inside
World
out.
Champion. That was
Oh,
nearly
but
three
Dominic.
Dominic there.
I think that would have been 3 if not for Dominic Mysterio. So
That
Randy
was
may owe him something in the future.
that was almost a Bradshaw-like clothesline from hell there as huge backbreaker from Briggs. Tag now to Razor. As the
Randy
ferocious
needs a tag of his
Akam has
own.
gone.
Can
Smart now from
Razor-
Razor. Getting Randy Orton away from his team.
Randy got to fight his way out of that corner. Does not want to be that side of the ring.
Scoop slam from Orton now to Razor. Ground and pound right to the side of the face.
Orton on top. What a match this is.
If Orton
So
can
far.
eliminate Razor here, or if they can get Razor eliminated, that is a huge blow to Team Rollins.
I would say that's
the Powers of
probably
Pain.
the biggest threat gone from Powers of Pain.
If he can eliminate the
Let's take
tag
out
team
the tag
champions, yeah.
Got him in an armbar here.
Surely he won't
No.
tap.
He
Wearing him
doesn't.
down,
He fights free.
Into the midsection. Scoop
Scoop
slam.
slam on Orton.
These power moves will eventually wear anybody down, no matter how legendary you are.
And Orton is feeling it. The
Again.
tag is made.
Ring awareness from one half of the tag champs there. Briggs now in control, and he appears to have had Randy's number.
Yeah, just using his size and strength against Orton, which you never normally think you'd say,
No,
given how
usually
big
the
of a
biggest man in
Randy
any ring.
is.
Backbreaker
but
there to
Randy.
Briggs.
Catching him with the backbreaker. And it's not looking good for Team Rollins here.
Still early days. Is Randy going to think about a pinfall? Once again, we go for it. He's got him draped.
Here we go. Vintage Orton.
The second rope DDT. Now Randy's feeling it. Surely he feels an elimination on the cards.
Is he going to go for it? We're going to see an RKO? No.
Not needing it.
Not
Just
yet.
another scoop slam. We can beat
It's
the
like-
Powers of Pain at their own game. RKO!
Oh, there it is, the RKO. Straight to the cover. Doug possibly in the way here, but no. Razor breaks up the count.
And Razor knows the game plan. He did the breaking up of the pinfall. Seth is just sitting back.
Orton going
Another
for it again,
RKO.
second RKO. Surely this time. 2. And there it is. A second elimination.
The Powers of Pain are down to 2. It's Rollins and Razor, as now Rollins is busted open. As
Team
this
RKO.
is quite the team now. Oh, Randy, he knows this game plan. As soon as Seth's in, tag in the beef. And Seth wants none of that.
Nope. No.
Not today, Zerg.
But
Running
Bronson doesn't
DDT
care
from
who he's
Bronson,
in
just
with.
like he very
Oh.
well does. He wants Rollins. That's very,
He
very
does
clear
want
from
Rollins, yeah.
Bronson Reed. As Dominic Mysterio. Oh my giddy
For a
goodness! Are we going to
619?
see it? Dominic Mysterio with a 619
619.
to Razor.
Oh,
He heads to the
going up
top. Razor's all alone. Dominic
Seth
Mysterio on the
Rollins.
top. Crossbody.
Seth Rollins should be worried.
Is he going to follow it up? Could it be frog splash from
Oh,
Mysterio?
beautifully done.
Hooks the leg to
Going for the
Razor.
cover. 1, 2. Seth breaking
Seth
up.
there
He
this
needed-
time. He needs that backup. He knows he cannot fight this unified force alone.
Randy Orton has chose a team to dethrone the Powers of Pain.
Razor, the lone foot soldier, the lone pawn, as it were, as Seth Rollins, the kingmaker.
Just breaking Dominic Mysterio in half.
Tag in, boss.
Yeah.
Will Dominic go
Razor.
for a pin to Bronson here?
Oh, Dominic now. Looking for the
Oh.
Free Amigos.
All the hits from Mysterio. I
We
wasn't
had the
expecting the
619.
619, but
No.
I'm glad it came out.
Oh, it was beautiful. There's Mysterio now. Circles in on Rollins.
And Mysterio has been very much the foil to Seth Rollins. That incredible
Yeah.
counter from the pedigree. Not something we see every day.
Oh.
A Seth now off the second turnbuckle.
And it just goes to
Goes
show
for
you
it.
how
Tag to done.
quickly these matches can turn. Just that super kick.
Super kick
That
leveling Pete Dunne.
That first elimination is enough to snowball, and we got two quite quickly, back to back almost.
Phil Rollins now kick to the midsection on Pete Dunne.
Looking for a pedigree.
This time it connects. Can Seth Rollins get a much needed elimination, or is Randy Orton there? Count of three.
Randy unable to get past Doug, and Seth eliminates Pete Dunne.
Dominic Mysterio with a code red to Seth Rollins. What on
Seth
earth?
Rollins is in trouble.
Rollins now just stomping on that midsection, but the longer a match goes, we know how difficult Seth can be to beat. Tag now to the beefy one.
Oh, Bronson's getting what he wants. He's in the ring with Rollins.
He wants nothing more than to beat the shit out of Seth Rollins as they look to roll to the outside. Bronson just steamrolling now, building up ahead of steam. Oh, running DDT.
Now, a count out will eliminate both of these pairs.
I don't think Bronson cares at this point. He's here for one thing and one thing only. Beat up Seth Rollins.
What a gameplay by Randy Orton.
But does Seth Rollins know this? Can he turn Bronson's hatred against him and get an elimination in and get himself back in the ring in time?
This could be huge.
Count of 7 now as Bronson battering Seth Rollins on the outside. Is Bronson really going to do it this way? Seth flattened on the outside. He can't do it. Bronson
not even wasting any time.
Dragging Razor into the ring, and Razor is the lone survivor for the powers of pain, and he dishes out the pain with a huge fall-away slam there to Bronson Reed.
Razor holds the future of Seth Rollins in his hands here. Oh.
Flattening Bronson Reed gets him up for a big choke slam there, and now goes high risk.
Razor has 3 men to get through here, one of them being the FDW champion.
Can he get through the hardcore champion first though?
He's eyeing him up for a choke slam.
He's calling for it, he grabs it. And that is
to see a member of the Powers of Pain on the opposite end of the numbers game.
Dominic Mysterio with the pinfall breakup now, and Razor is all alone.
It's we've seen them run roughshod over the FDW landscape for quite a while now, and this is quite nice to witness. Oh,
Samoan drop from the beefy one.
Looking to go for a tag, perhaps gonna give it to Randy to finish off.
Will Randy be able to take it home? Locks up with Razor. Razor kick to the midsection, gets him up. Oh my god! Reverse slam there.
Razor
gets him up again for a deadlift. Flips him round again. Orton busted open in the process. Razor now wrenching at the neck of Randy Orton, just clubbing him across the side of the head. Orton with a slap. Now. Wrenched in. Breaking the leg of Razor.
And hats off to Razor for trying, but he's got a hell of an uphill struggle.
The blood flowing from the FDW World Champion here. Ref waving it off.
Razor able to keep going. Not tapping yet.
Randy snake-eyesing Razor off the top turnbuckle once again, and he is dazed and confused. Tag to Mysterio.
Could Mysterio be the one to finish it off here? Razor is in trouble.
Shaking up the ropes there is Dominic Mysterio strutting his stuff. Mysterio's looked in control as he tags in the leader of Team RKO once again. And are they just playing with their food at this point? Doug begins the count.
They've got to make the... Razor's got to make the count to stay in this one.
He's dazed and confused as Randy breaks the count.
What a tactic by Randy to unleash Bronson onto the outside.
Maybe
Seth
that was the game plan all
visibly,
along.
Seth was visibly distraught, shall we say, after getting counted out. He knows he can get it done himself, but his future lands in the hands of his protege.
Yep. You very much get the feeling that it's a matter of time. If Randy Orton hooks the leg
Orton
here,
now. Perhaps this is it. The final member to be eliminated.
and there it is.
Team Randy Orton. What a match.
That was a war. That had everything. Drama going back to the very start of season 1. Breakout performances from the likes of Dom and Dunn.
And Randy Orton standing tall at the end of it all.
Never seen Bronson Reed looking so happy. It was a 5-star classic.
It was. And big takeaway, Randy Orton does not need to put his title on the line against Seth Rollins at Super Showdown.
He's done it for the honour of FDW.
What a night.
Fantastic night. We had the retention of Logan Paul after Scott Steiner stepping up for women everywhere. The old feminist that he is.
Yeah. And speaking of women everywhere, Charlotte Flair has perhaps unleashed the stranglehold of Nia Jax.
FDW women is trending on Twitter, as is #RKO, and I can't blame them.
No. Oh, what a night. What a night.
Well, where we go from here, Jose, I do not know. You've alluded to it that Super Showdown is on the horizon.
Yep.
But it's going to be quite the journey getting there.
Yes, there's going to be a lot of answers to be given before we get there.
Yep. Well, we are very much looking forward to finding out what the questions are and what the answers are. And we hope you are as well. We will catch you in the next one. See you soon.
Laters.